We're running out of time. Can I ask one more question? Because you mentioned the monuments. We don't have time to really explain it. I just want a yes or no. How far does it go? I think everybody's in agreement now. We should get rid of all the Confederate ones. Now some people are talking about, well, Washington and Jefferson were slaveholders. Do those monuments go as well?
First off, big fan of George Washington, all right? I've studied him my whole life. You would think that Lincoln would be my favorite president. I love Lincoln. I love George Washington. He showed us the way of moderation. He freed his slaves. Look, Jefferson had kids with slaves, so he loved black people. But no, really,
I don't. Here's what I think, Bill.
But I'm just saying,
let him finish.
We don't have to tear down their monuments. They were flawed men of the Enlightenment. They knew what they were doing was hypocritical, but they wrote and built into this brilliant, loving system. I love the American system because they knew that their progeny would try to defornicate their own errors and move forward, as I said, as men of thinking. The problem is you hit a stone wall of Donald Trump where thinking goes out the window, tribalism and racism rears its ugly head back to the George Wallace era, and now the American experiment takes two steps backwards, and then you have these shootings by cops, and now it's time for that next step forward. But you don't have to tear down Confederates, all traitors. Monuments go, all base names, out of the Capitol Rotunda. They betrayed this nation. Everybody else, founders of the country.
Here's a distinction I would make, that the statues that were put up in order to, and especially later in time, to defend specifically the ideals of white supremacy should either go or have something attached to them explaining why and when they were put up there. But that you can't go through a country's history, all its statuary, all its human beings, apply the standards of 2020 to everybody in the 18th century, and then tear down everything that represents the past. We are the past. We need to understand it and put up more statues.
Okay.
Rather than tearing them down.
Guys.
And if you are going to take them down, do it through the democratic process.